So, as Elon Musk, the Tesla CEO, and Donald Trump, the crypto president, are set to take the White House this week, the question is, will they look to cut your Social Security and Medicare in order to build their Playboy mansions? That's the subject of today's video. And this is the headline here: Elon Musk, we're going to do great things. Have a listen to this.
So we're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and you know this victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So, and make America great again. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
So that was Musk and his kid. They were introduced by Trump. Musk keeps taking his kid around everywhere, which is frankly a bit strange, especially for going to business meetings, political meetings, and now rallies. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Some people have said that that could be used for a human shield. I don't know. You can ask Musk, but I'll just say it's weird to bring your kid around like that all the time. On top of that, Musk, Trump, all these kind of people, they're going to spread lots of lies, falsehoods, exaggerations, that stuff. If you want to go through all their speeches, you can, but I'll just say there's too much nonsense to go through, and I'll just try to cut through the stuff I think is important that you should know about. So first, there is a rumor on the street is that Musk is looking to buy a hotel in D.C. I think this is important because this is sort of the Playboy Mansion kind of culture that I've been talking about. Before, remember, Musk is renting a place in Florida so he can be close to Trump at the Mar-a-Lago place. Now, I guess we're buying a hotel. It's within a couple miles. I think this is the Adams Morgan district. It's called the Line Hotel. It's got, I think, a couple hundred rooms in it. It looks nice. I mean, it's pretty frank. It looks like a nice hotel. And Musk will basically buy this thing up. I don't know if his family's going to stay here or what, but it's a party hotel. And I mean, that's what it is. These are the rooms, etc. Another headline: Elon Musk moves to make his own Mar-a-Lago near the BFF Trump in D.C. They'll have these kind of parties, right? All your billionaire friends. I think that might be Tulsi with him there. It's kind of interesting. She kind of looks like Rogue these days. You guys know who that is. And I'll read a little bit of description here. It says, in huge pre-inauguration news, tech titan Elon Musk is slated to be the highest bidder on DC's trendy Line Hotel. So I guess I have an auction on this thing. And that's been part of the story is there's a lot of properties. I think there's like a couple churches and big houses and stuff like that where all the billionaires are looking to get property because they know they can buy Trump, right? So Musk is looking to get this hotel. And then it says here, the recently inducted member of President-elect Donald Trump's Billionaire Boys Club plans to turn the desirable Northwest Digs with 220 rooms into a, quote, private social club of sorts, according to multiple sources familiar with the deal. So again, they're looking to build their Playboy mansions. And essentially what's going on here is you're seeing the building of an oligarchy. It's all in public. I tried to show you guys this picture before. If you haven't seen it, just make sense of it, right? So this is the Pullman on the left, right? The essentially Musk kind of person. And then you have a low wages on the top, high rent on the bottom, and you can squeeze the regular employees, right? That's who the Musks and the Trumps are. If you understand how when people admire Musk and Trump, they're just like, oh yeah, it's so awesome that you fire people. It's awesome that you don't pay your workers. It's awesome that you make your workers work, extreme hours, dangerous conditions, these kind of things. And that's what it is. This is a cartoon from 1894. It looks like we're essentially rolling back to go back to that era. Musk, he is already making these big plans to get all these things that he wants. There's multiple things. I'll tell you the basic gist of it is he wants to obviously cut taxes for billionaires because he benefits from that kind of stuff. You'd want to cut things like estate taxes so you can easily pass your properties and your wealth around your family. He's got a bunch of kids and things like that. You're going to want to get things moving faster for your companies, be it SpaceX or Tesla. So you don't want any regulations. Screw the environment, right? We don't need to worry about that. Drop rockets on your house. Who cares about your house? You're just little people. These kind of things. He'll try to eliminate agencies and then make decisions through just like one or two key people. So basically, just cut as many jobs as possible. And then they're going to try to rewrite the rules to make it easier to fire federal employees. There's a lot of stuff that they're going to try to pass through. Let me read a description of this so you guys get a general sense of what we're talking about here. It says, but one advocacy group noted that the proposal to set up a, quote, bipartisan commission to review government programs called the Committee on the Elimination of Non-Essential Federal Programs. So this is a new committee on the elimination of non-essential federal programs, but does not define non-essential program. So that's where it can leave open to anything. So which could, sort of says right here, which could mean virtually anything that could be vulnerable to cuts or elimination, including Social Security and Medicare. I guess there's going to be a 16-person committee. They'll put 3 Democrats on it so they can call it a bipartisan thing. But if it's Republican ruled, they can do kind of whatever you want. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I just want to tell you guys what's going on. So they're buying a property. Musk wants to buy his, hotel to build a Playboy Mansion, and they're looking to cut services and things that you need. That's sort of what Musk is all about. Even in the UK, they're starting to worry about this. This was an opinion piece over in, I think this was The Guardian. Trump and Musk have launched a new class war in the UK. We must prepare to defend ourselves. There's a lot of political wrangling going on right now as Trump is set to take office. He's going to do like 100 executive orders, some crazy thing. There's a fight over leadership in Ohio also. So it was rumored before that Vivek might become the Ohio senator, but I guess they're going with someone else. John Husted. So I guess Vivek lost the coin toss on that one. And then this is the headline now from Fox News. Doge bro Ramaswamy likely to announce Ohio governor run by month's end. That's coming from Fox News. So I'm assuming he's going to run. So if you're in Ohio, you guys can let me know what you think. Are you thrilled, unthrilled? What's the word you want to say when you think about Vivek being your possible governor? And then I guess what he wants to do is cut a bunch of programs in, D.C. and then say, hey, vote for me in Ohio and I'll cut more stuff for you. I'm not sure if that's what appeals to people, but that's what they're going to run on. And this is sort of also what they're calling shock and awe as Trump plans 100 immediate executive actions. I hear what's coming. So it's going to be a lot. It's actually going to be really difficult to go over everything. And one of the things I think that they're doing it this way, just my opinion, is they're going to try to introduce all sorts of executive actions, and there won't be enough time or enough people really to go through all the stuff. And there'll probably be a lot of things buried into their executive actions because this is just quite a lot. The thing that I was thinking about is they'll do a whole bunch of stuff with the border. They'll do a bunch of stuff of like moving around military assets. We can use this asset, we can use that asset. There's going to be some federal fights, maybe go to the Supreme Court even, on can you use this money or not? Because sometimes, not sometimes, but money can be earmarked for certain things. Trump will try to hold off money on things that they want to cut and then divert money to basically his buddies like Musk and that kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot so quickly. That's what I'm trying to make it clear. They also want to roll back a lot of things that we put into place to essentially protect American people and to keep checks and balances. So, for example, they were talking about and we barely talk about this stuff, the Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act of 1974. And it's like something we don't talk about that often, but I guess one of Trump's people who is going to be in charge of this, so the OMB, wants to, or doesn't think this is constitutional. Basic gist of it is that they put this act into place because of Nixon at the time. I had to look this one up. This is such a long time ago. Wanted to cut funding to like a water program or something in New York City, I think is what it was. I'll read this to you guys. It's so long ago. That's why you put this stuff in place, right? It says, in this case, President Nixon was one of the view that administration was not obligated to disperse all funds allocated by Congress to the states. It had to do with the Federal Water Pollution Control Act of 1972. If any of you are old enough to remember this stuff, please chime in. I just, this is way past my time. But it back then, I guess it was New York City and several others sued because it had to do with like making your water and sewer better, meaning that Nixon was holding the funds. It was actually kind of a similar situation to where Trump was holding up funds to Ukraine so that Ukraine would help them dig up dirt on Biden. So that's sort of why you put these acts into place. So again, this is the Congressional Budget and Empowerment Control Act of 1974. You want to limit presidential power, checks and balances, right? If Congress approves money for something, it should go there. But in the president's point of view, well, I just don't like it. Even if Congress passed it, I'm going to hold that money. And then other thing that Trump wants to do is like divert this money to the stuff that he wants to put through. Trump in the executive orders too want to drill on federal land, right? Drill, baby, drill. Who knows if that Mount Rushmore thing will end up being real? You can watch my last video on that. They're going to put in so many things so quickly. Worker protections will cease to exist, that kind of stuff. These are actually all very concerning things. I know I go through stuff really fast, but I try to make it as easy to understand as possible, because it's like, even for me, when I go through stuff, I'm overwhelmed. I can't read through all 100 executive orders as they come through. I'll try to my best to go over the most important ones, but even then there'll probably be ones buried, or you'll have to read the fine print to know exactly what's going on. Like, for example, I know there's a lot of crypto stuff involved where essentially they want to make it so if a crypto company scams you or whatever, you can't sue them, that kind of stuff. All these things start to add up. And the basic gist, long story short, is this, that Stephen Miller dude is playing a big hand in this. If you don't know who he is, he's kind of a mustache party kind of guy. And they want to just put in all of these things as quickly as possible, seize as much control as possible, and do it in a way that we won't even know what's going on because it's so fast. My biggest concern with these people, and there's a lot of concerns, is frankly, sort of bring up the Playboy Mansion stuff, is they're just going to be drinking and partying and laughing the night away, while regular Americans, and not just Americans, it affects people who are not American, just like affects the world, that depend on just everyday life to continue to go on in ways that is not damaging to them. But from the Musks and the Trumps, like they don't really think in that way. Like, these people never worried about having food on their table. I'm just be perfectly frank. Like, they were born rich. They live in their rich palaces, whatever. And there's a lot of people out there that are just struggling, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. And for these people like the Musks and the Trumps, they don't understand your life, nor do they care. And for me, it's concerning, especially when these are the people running at the top. And it's obvious to me when I read through everything and see what's going on, and hopefully make it obvious to you as well. So please be careful out there. I know a lot of people always have questions like, what can you do, etc. But my point of view on this stuff is we're entering an era where you have to take care of yourself, and you can't rely on your neighbors or the government or anything, unfortunately. That's just sort of the era that we're in. I can't control everything, but it's what's the right word to say it? There's a reason why we put safety nets into place, or the reason why we put in certain laws, because you want to look out for the regular person. And that's sort of why, say, for example, if you want to understand, like, okay, so why should you care about government? Why should you care about any of this stuff? So, for example, make it really simple. Let's say your landlord cheats you. Okay, they charge you some sort of fine or fee of something you didn't break, right? And then you have no way to sue your landlord, no way to go to the authorities. Landlord can just make stuff up. That's one example. Or say your landlord cuts your power and tells you that you didn't pay the bill, and like you have record that you paid the bill, but it's just like a he said she said kind of thing, or he said whatever you want to say it. And you have no way to stop your landlord from cheating you. Like all of these kind of things. And if you want to put it more in today's terms, what if Elon Musk decides I want to do 50 rockets in a month, and 2 of the rockets drop on your house, but you have no way to get any sort of insurance coverage of your house, right? Because companies don't want to insure you because Musk is there, and or you have no way to release the the news that you got damaged by Musk because they control the media, these kind of things. Like, there's all these situations to where wealthy people don't necessarily, like the Musk and the Trump, don't have your back. They just frankly don't care about you. You're ants to them. And I hate to be mean about it, but I just want to make it as clear as possible. Like, when you go through this stuff, it's obvious. But I understand the people who support them, they think, oh no, these billionaires care about me and they're going to help me. Good luck. Thank you for your time, everyone. Please be safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next video.